for choosing Chain Link Theater. We invite you to sit back and relax in the comfort of your car, or gym, or wherever you are. Please remember that talking is permitted during the feature, as that is literally the entire point of the show. So please, turn up your cell phones, grab your own snack, and hold on to your butts! Your feature presentation begins now!
Welcome back to Chain Link Theater, the show where every movie leads us to the next, one actor at a time. I'm Autumn.
And I am a fucking character. I'm Kyle.
You're Kyle. And today we're linking from Clerks 2 into Clerks, thanks to the next link in our chain, Silent Bob, the hockey jersey wearing Kevin Smith.
Yes, he used to.
Does he not anymore?
He kind of does the blazer thing now.
He does do the blazer thing now that he's tiny.
He is tiny now. He had a heart attack, and when was that?
I don't know.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Almost died.
Yeah, he did.
And his wife made him lose a bunch of weight.
Yes. And now he's a vegan, or he was. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah. What a guy, though. I enjoy him. I enjoy listening to him talk way more than I think you do.
I enjoy listening to him talk, but then it just keeps going.
He enjoys listening to himself.
He does. He's a lot to say. I mean, he's a very interesting guy, but...
I've paid good money to go see him talk live.
You have.
And I still enjoyed it. When I went to see Clerks 3 with my friend.
Yeah.
So...
What else do we want to talk about? Kevin Smith.
This is a man who was born in 1970. Do you have his birthday there?
No, at the top.
Scrolled way past it.
he's probably the biggest IMDb, or not, Wikipedia I've seen in a while.
Yeah. August 2nd, 1970, born in Red Bank, New Jersey, where we have been.
We have been there.
We took a little pilgrimage to visit his comic book shop and this quick stop from this movie. Yeah.
We did.
Which is underwhelming.
No.
Not the comic book store.
I mean, your dad...
It used to be cooler than it is now. I think your
dad was just, okay, we're looking at this building now.
It's kind of just a convenience store.
Yeah, but we were excited.
Yeah, it cares. It cares that it's the place of Clerks.
It does. It's like pictures of him and stuff up.
Yeah.
And like, I think you can get Clerks t-shirts there and stuff.
So RST Video is the name of the store that Randal works at, the video store in this movie, which is named after the three people that own that quick stop.
Oh, that's nice.
Who I also met.
Yeah,
I checked out with them. Yeah, one of those, the dad passed away last year, actually.
Oh, that's sad.
Just at the end of last year. But he was nice. Cool guy.
They were all very nice.
They sell t-shirts in there. And
they weren't surprised when nerds walk in to
God, no.
Pretend like we, are in Clerks.
Yeah. So. They've been dealing with that for 30 years.
Yeah.
The video store next door is now the Smod Castle, which is where he hosts his little live shows.
It's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. But yeah, what else about Kevin Smith do you want to cover?
He's married to Jen Schwalbach, who he met when she was interviewing him for USA Today.
Yep.
They have a daughter who he, of course, named Harley Quinn.
Yep.
After his favorite comic book hero, which is interesting since I feel like Harley Quinn, the character, was like 5 years old when he named his daughter after her.
Yeah.
Because his daughter was born in like 99.
Yeah, she was 99.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty much.
It's interesting. And she's in a lot of those movies coming up later.
She is. She's in a lot of his movies. She's in Tusk, I know, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. She's in,
reboot.
She's the little girl in Clerks 2 that we talked about last week.
We talked about that, yeah, that's true.
She's in a lot of these.
I like Kevin Smith. He's very dialogue heavy, but it's usually funny. It's a lot of dick and fart jokes, a lot of weed jokes, especially recently. Apparently, that quit. Wikipedia article said that he didn't even start smoking weed until like 2008.
It also said he quit.
He quit in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So he didn't start until, but he said that, I remember listening to him talk about after his heart attack is one of the only things that kept him alive was because he was high, because he didn't
know what was going on.
He didn't know what was going on, and he was just completely calm.
Yeah.
And that's what saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So, fascinating.
Yeah.
And he was more concerned about being naked and people seeing his dick, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I love when he says that. He says, obviously very small. The comic book store's cool. That's where we met some of the comic book men, Mike and Walt.
Yes.
And they signed stuff for us. And then they moved to
Like across the street.
across the street to a significantly less cool building, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything in there's full price, of
Yeah.
course. But
You just go to say you've gone to Secret Stash.
yeah.
So
Mike was there the second time that we went too. Walt was not.
I thought what was in the back room the second time.
Oh, I'm talking to when I went with my brother.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that was the
You've
third
been
time.
3 times and I've
Right.
only been twice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what else? I didn't see Clerks until you made me.
I didn't see Clerks until Jason made me.
Okay. I like it.
This is a make your friends watch it kind of movie.
It is.
I like it too. Does it hold up as much as I thought it did? I don't know if it's top 5 anymore.
Top 5 Kevin Smith movie?
Top 5 favorite movies. For
Yeah,
me.
I think I honestly personally like Clerks 2 better.
I do too now.
I think Clerks 2 is
Now that
better.
we've
Though
done this
I
today.
will say, we'll get into it when we go into the plot. Dante was much more tolerable in the majority of this movie
majority.
than he is in Clerks 2, where I'm just constantly saying, shut the fuck up, Dante.
I would say
So-
both of these used to be in my top 5 favorite comedies, and one used to be in my top 5 favorite movies, and neither of those things are true after the events of the past 2 weeks because Dante is fucking insufferable.
I know. He is.
And it's hard to put a movie in your top 5 if you can't stand one of the characters the entire time.
Yeah, because I want Randall. I want a movie where Randall just finds a really good friend.
It'd be nice to have like a movie where Randall gets to make Clerks, and you get to focus on Randall the entire time.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Which is why we need Clerks 4.
Yeah. No spoilers, but yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. What
So,
else
yeah.
do we talk about?
I like Kevin Smith. I don't know if I can do enough glazing.
Yeah, I think you could do a little bit more.
I don't know if there's enough interesting stuff that the man hasn't already talked about himself a million times.
Oh yeah, you can listen to him talk for hours on
Yeah.
stuff. He has DVD specials.
He got kicked off an airplane once for
He
being
did.
fat.
And then they rushed and ran and told him to please stop tweeting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great times.
Great times. Shall we just jump
Let's
into
get
the back
into
of the
it.
box?
Let's get into Clerks.
The back of the box said we have the big Clerks X Deluxe edition. So
10th anniversary.
yeah, I had to look this up on the internet. It doesn't say anything on the back. This legendary indie film launched the career of Kevin Smith and won over both critics and audiences with its raw energy, outrageous comedy, and a hip soundtrack. Taking place, I don't know about all that, over one wild day in the life of a pair of overworked counter jockeys, Clerks features razor-sharp wit and provides a non-stop parade of unpredictable shoppers, including the debut of pop culture icons Jay and Silent Bob.
Sure. Yeah.
DVDs weren't a thing, I guess, when this was made.
Oh my gosh. Did this come out on VHS?
This movie came out October 19th, 1994, so it had to come out on VHS.
Yeah. That's nuts.
That is nuts.
That's great. I would argue that they're not overworked though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's upset because he's supposed to be his day off.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you 2 guesses. Which one of them is upset in this movie?
Based on last week, if you listen to that. This movie was made but for a grand total of $27,000,
Yeah.
famously.
That he maxed out credit cards and sold his
It was not
shit for.
paid for by anyone but Kevin himself.
Mm-hmm.
Maxed out credit cards and sold his entire comic book collection for.
Which is why it's black and white, right? Because he had to film in the convenience store at night for the most part.
He worked at this convenience store,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I was about to say every day, but I doubt that's true because that's a 17-hour shift.
Yeah.
And then from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., he and his friends shot.
That's why they ride in the shutter being closed.
That's why they write in the shutter being closed so you can't tell that it's nighttime outside. And it's why it's in black and white because the lighting is vastly different in every shot.
Yeah.
And it was way easier to shoot it in black and white and cheaper.
Yeah. Cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's convenient.
Yeah. There are 50 actors credited in this movie. 2 of them had ever been in another movie before.
2.
I don't
Wow.
even know who they were. I'm assuming the Julie's Gum guy
Oh, probably.
and some random other person.
It just seems like town people.
The
for
other
most part.
48 were like local townspeople or Kevin Smith's friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can feel that.
Yeah.
Some of them are great. Some of them are just like, yep, you were told, like, fed that line.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to get used to that watching Kevin Smith movies, especially before 2000.
Mm-hmm.
The acting is not going to be great.
No, but they're still good movies.
They are good movies. They're very funny.
So
He met Jason Mewes after high school. He met Walt Flanagan in high school. He wrote Dante as a reflection of himself, which means he has a very low opinion of himself.
yeah,
He wrote Randall actually as a reflection of Brian Johnson,
who's that?
who is the guy from Comic Book Men with the beard
So
halfway down his chest.
So he's probably a smash for me.
Probably. That guy, yeah. Yeah. That guy is so laid back if you ever watch Comic Book
I
Men.
love laid back.
Yeah. I love that guy. Walt Flanagan plays 4 different parts in this movie. I'll
He
cover
does.
those when we get to them. And the milk lady, the one checking the milk, is Kevin Smith's mom.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay.
So
All right. Well, let's just get into this.
let's hop into the plot.
So we open with like a dog and a phone ringing.
I did not remember the first shot being just a dog.
We didn't even learn the dog's name.
Nope. Never
a
see the
dog.
dog again.
And then Dante falls out of a closet.
Which does not seem very Dante to me.
I'm thinking that Dante was drunk.
He's so
He has to be.
wound up.
He is. And his room was disgusting.
Yeah.
This is Dante. Because Dante pretends like he's better than Randal. But we got to see his bedroom and he's not any better than anybody.
Dante pretends he's better than everybody.
Fuck Dante. Anyway, so he wakes up out of the closet and answers the phone and he's just like, basically he's getting called into work. And he's like, no, I don't work today. I'm playing hockey at 2.
Yeah.
Why don't you call Randal? I
Who
just
works at the
called
video
last
store
night.
and clearly
As-
he's already working that day.
Yeah, he has 2 jobs then. If you make
Yeah.
Randal work there too.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I just closed last night because I'm tired. Don't answer the fucking phone. If you don't want to work, just don't answer. That's my MO.
Yeah.
No one can call me into nothing. I don't answer nobody. But then he's like, what time are you coming in? Noon. Swear you'll be there by noon or I'll walk.
Yeah. Noon or I walk.
He doesn't walk, by the way.
Of course not.
And then he's leaving and there's a motorcycle outside.
He has to have a roommate.
He said, well, Veronica later says, I called your mom and your mom said you'd left. So it must be his mom's motorcycle.
It's a crotch rocket, too. And Dante is not cool enough for it, and I
No.
doubt his mom is.
Maybe she's banging somebody.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's the only solution that makes sense.
Or it's just a friend's house and he was like, no, my motorcycle looks cool. Leave it.
Yeah.
It looks great in this shot.
Yeah.
So it's the same car that he's driving in Clerks too, right?
I don't know. It's
Oh,
some
okay.
old Buick.
It's some old car. So Dante's opening up the quick shop and like the quick stop. And so we get a cat. There's a cat that like works there apparently.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The cat's like there a lot. So just a montage of him getting everything ready for the day. And then this is the part. And if you are younger than us, you probably will have no idea what this means, but they're out of newspapers. So he goes to one of those newspaper machines that we used to have. I don't even think they exist anymore, where you pay $0.25 and then it's like an honor system because the whole thing is open and you can get all the newspapers, but you're supposed to only take one and he takes all of them out and then he gets his quarter back.
He does.
And then he fills all of the missing papers at the store.
Yep.
So, and then he goes to open the shutters and someone stuck gum in the locks. So he has to write a sign on like a sheet apparently he had in the back of his car. Why did he have a sheet in the back of his car? No one knows. And he used shoe polish, which is shoe polish still a thing?
Probably.
Do people polish their shoes?
Definitely.
Okay. That's madness.
People that wear fancy shoes like Dante's wearing.
Why?
I don't know.
It was at a quick stop.
Yeah, but it showed him putting on his shoes and they were fancy. They were hard black leather.
What?
Yeah.
That's madness. And then the sign says, I assure you we are open.
Yeah. That's a famous sign.
And he puts it over the thing. And then we get like every few minutes, I get different theming, I guess. There's just a black screen with white words
With a
on
title.
it. Yeah, with a title.
Yeah.
And the first one we get is vilification.
So he said that he wrote this to kind of be like Dante's Inferno, which is why his main character's name's Dante. And there are 9 of these titles, like there are 9 rings of hell.
Okay.
I guess.
All right, I guess. Yeah. Watching Dante is like hell. You're right. So there's some guy drinking coffee at the register. I don't know why you would ever do this because like if you haven't watched the movie, the register is like probably what, a foot, like 6 inches higher than everyone else. And then he has this cigarette counter like right across the top of his head.
Yeah.
And so there's probably like what, a 2-foot gap between the counter and the cigarettes where he's doing all of his business, but you're lower than he is.
Yeah.
And then there's like, it looks like a cooler of some sort between the counter and the guests.
Yeah.
So it's not like a comfortable counter area is what I'm getting at. And so the guy's like, no, I'll just drink my coffee here. And it's like, no, the fuck you won't. Get out. Because if you've never been to this convenience store, it is small.
Tiny.
It is a tiny little store.
The parking lot's small too. It doesn't have fuel pumps out front.
No, it's literally just a quick stop.
There's like 4 parking spots.
Yeah, it's little bitty. So don't just loiter in here. You need to leave. And then the next customer comes in and is buying cigarettes. And so the guy who's drinking his coffee pulls out like a diseased lung out of his bag and slams it on the counter in front of the guy. And the guy's just like, what is that? And he's like, that's what your lungs look like right now. And then he pulls out like a trach and is like, oh, God, we ripped this out of an 80-year-old who smoked his whole life. And
like when the guy goes, and drops it.
Because he was holding it. And then, like, he's just like, you should buy gum instead. You should buy Chulies instead because it'll distract you from smoking and you won't die young. And the kid's like, fine. Which the gum was only 55 cents.
I noticed that.
Which is insane. And then after that guy leaves, Dante's like, you need to take your drink outside. And the guy's like, no, I'm fine. And he's like, but you're bothering the customers. You can't stop people from purchasing stuff.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
And the guy's just like, oh, okay. And then the next guy comes in and buys cigarettes. And then we cut to Jay and Silent Bob, who are already hanging out outside.
Yeah.
And I think it's like 7:00 in the morning or something like that. It's like really early.
Yeah.
So the guy, we go back inside and the guy is now giving a full presentation to like apparently like 4 or 5 people who walked in to buy cigarettes. And he's calling Dante the merchant of death.
Jesus.
And comparing Dante to Nazis by saying like something about how they also thought they were doing the right thing or just doing their jobs and stuff like that. And poor Dante's just standing there like, what the fuck is happening?
I literally just work here.
This is one of the only times I will ever feel sorry for Dante. And then everyone starts throwing their cigarettes at Dante and calling him the cancer merchant. And then the guy's like, everyone should just buy Chuli's gum because, you know, it's better for you than smoking cigarettes. And then a chick walks in and fire hoses everyone, like fire extinguishers.
She stands up on the cooler and it plays this guitar riff.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." She looks pretty cool. And then when the guy's leaving, because they're like, she's basically like, "What the fuck is going on there? Who's your ringleader?" And all the guys in the quick stop are like, "That guy." And so she goes and talks to him, and we find out that this guy works for Chuli's. And he's a representative, and he just does this. Where he tries to get people to buy Chuli's. It kind of reminds me of that, like, you know how I think pretty sure it's Red Bull, but Red Bull, how they did like guerrilla advertising by throwing away empty Red Bulls in trash cans so that you would see it and go, oh, that's a popular drink.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a bunch of cans of Red Bull in here. I should try Red Bull. And
that's
it worked.
insane that it worked because Red Bull's disgusting.
I've never had one.
I don't even hate energy drinks. Red Bull is piss water.
Yeah, I think that they did it around London or something because they didn't have like I'm paraphrasing what I remember from years ago, but like they didn't have like the money for funding or something, so they just did empty cans and just threw them away. Interesting. And I'm like, that's genius, honestly.
Yeah, very.
Because you're like, oh, everyone likes this. It's like when you're like, oh, we're sold out. No, you're not. Yeah. That kind of a thing. But we find out that this is Veronica, who's Dante's girlfriend, who I've already told you is badass, clearly.
Yeah.
So Dante is like sitting there behind the counter on the floor, and he's sitting in front of her, and they're kind of like leaning back on each other.
No, I like before they all leave, one guy is like, I'll take a pack of cigarettes.
Oh yeah, and he buys the cigarettes, and Dante's just staring. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that guy's Walt Flanagan, by the way.
Yeah, Walt Flanagan. He shows up a lot.
Yeah.
And so Dante has a note that says, please leave money on the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just an honor system.
Yeah.
There's also a note on the register that says, if you plan to shoplift, please let us know.
Please let us know, which I love. And so Dante clearly has a kink about painting girls' fingernails because he is painting Veronica's fingernails.
Yep.
So this is his kink. This is what he does. And so they're just talking, and basically he says that him not needing to be up there is an honor system because people will assume that they're being watched and they'll be more honest.
I mean, Probably.
Maybe. And if not, who cares?
Yeah.
But just remember this for later on in the movie. That he's already sitting behind the counter, not doing his job.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so their conversation is like, there's a conversation that comes up where Dante's talking about how men are easy to get off and that women are harder to get off. So it's not impressive if a girl is good in bed, because he basically says girls can't be good in bed because all they have to do is be present.
Yeah.
And that it's way more impressive a man's prowess if he can get a girl off.
I guess I get his point, sort of, but that man has had 12 rounds of bad sex.
Did they all just lay there, I guess? Like he doesn't know a difference in the 12 women he slept with. They're just all the same.
But later he knows exactly which number one of them was.
Exactly. So clearly not. You know the difference between... My God, no, you're lying. This is stupid. And so then Veronica asks him how many women he slept with, and he says 12. And she's like, oh my God, but doesn't really have that strong a reaction. She's just like, okay, well, that's kind of a lot, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And we find out that she has only slept with 3 men, and including him. And then they pretty much move on after that.
Pretty much.
And she's like, talking to him about how she wants him to come to school with her to attend a seminar about going back to university after you lapse.
Yeah.
So, and he's just like, oh, why are you back on this bullshit? And she's like, because you clearly want to do something with your life, and for some reason you're not doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help you. And then we stand up because she needs to go to class, and there's a guy standing in there. Who is this?
It's Scott Mosier.
It's Scott Mosier.
Who is one of Kevin's best friends and longtime
partner,
co-conspirators.
Yeah.
I guess.
So he's standing there, and then this guy's immediately like, oh, hey, Ronnie, what's going on? Do you work here? And she's like, no. And then he checks out and leaves, and then she calls him Snowball.
Yep.
And then Dante apparently does. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You can look it up.
Dante doesn't know. She tells him.
Yeah. And then he's like, how do you know that he wanted that? And she's like, because I mean,
it's a sexual act, to be clear.
I did it to
If you didn't
him.
watch the
And
movie.
he's like, you did that to him? I thought you only slept with 3 guys, because she listed all 3 guys she slept with.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I didn't sleep with him. I just went down on him. And he's just like, then he's furious that she sucked off that guy, like livid. And then he's like, how many dicks have you sucked? And she's like, 36. Something like 36. And she's like, something like 36?
Including me.
Does that include me? And then she's like, 37. And he's like, my girlfriend sucked 37 dicks. And then he's like basically saying that that's more disgusting than if she had just slept with 37 people.
Yeah, he's a moron.
He's a complete moron, because he's like, I wish you had just done the decent thing and fucked 37 men. And it's just like, what? And then she's walking out because she's like, okay, I didn't freak out on you for sleeping with 12 women. Yeah, I've gone down on 37 guys, but I only slept with people I loved. And then she's walking out, and then he tells the guy who's in there, like, my girlfriend sucked 37 dicks. And the guy goes, in a row? Which cracks me up. And then as she's leaving, he follows her outside a little bit, and he's like, try not to suck any dick on your way through the parking lot. And there's a guy outside who
immediately takes off.
Takes off walking. He's like, hey, get back here.
Get back here. Apparently, this whole scene is what Kevin Smith handed to Miramax. He handed them as though this was the first scene of the movie. And the producer got to in a row and shut the book. This is the story they tell. And shut the book and went to Harvey Weinstein's office and said, we have to make this movie.
It's funny.
And he agreed.
It is quite funny. Anyway, so the next card, I guess is what I'll call them, just says Randal.
Yeah, title card, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a guy wanting to return his movie, like some old guy, honestly, why are you just standing here holding your movie? Just give it to Dante and leave. So it's a guy wanting to return a movie, but Randal hasn't come into work yet. So he's basically freaking out and having a Karen moment on Dante about why Randal's not at work when it has nothing to do with Dante. So Dante's just like, just leave it here. And if you want to rent a movie, come back later, I guess. I don't know when he's going to be here. And then we just have a woman waiting outside the video store. And so Randal just is walking up, because he's a Randal. I love him. He's just nonchalant.
Yeah.
Walking up. And then he like shakes the door to see if the video store is open for some reason, just to mess with that girl, I guess. And she's like, I've been waiting here for 30 minutes. because I want a movie called Dental School, which is not real. It can't be.
It can't be real. Why would you want to watch that?
Yeah. And then Randall's like, oh, that's the one I came to rent. And she's like, well, I have dibs on it because I've been here 30 minutes longer than you. And he's just like, I bet you $20 you won't get to rent that movie. And then he goes to the Quick Stop and grabs his movies. And Dante's like, you're late. And he's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then he just goes to the video store. And the way he leans out the door to let her in is hot.
It is. As a straight man, I agree.
Riz. So, next title card says syntax. I don't know what any of these words mean, really. I got Randall.
I have very loose grips on what
Very
any of these
loose
words.
grips, same.
I only know syntax as like sentence structure.
Yeah, I don't really get it. So, syntax. Some guy, Randall comes in and he's like, some guy's refusing to pay his late fees. Said the store was closed for 2 hours yesterday, so I tore up his membership. And then Dante's like, that's a huge abuse of your power. But the store was closed for 2 hours yesterday while Randall did something.
Definitely.
For sure. I love Randall. Anyway, so Randall basically they start talking about what Dante and Veronica are arguing about. And apparently what they argue about the most right now is Caitlin Bree, who is Dante's ex-girlfriend who he dated for 5 years. And he says that she cheated on him 8.5 times.
Oh my God.
And the half story, this is the girl he's pining after in this freaking movie.
Yeah.
So the half is because they were at a party together and he was asleep in a room and she came in and started having sex with him, who was her boyfriend at the time, thinking she was having sex with someone else.
Yeah.
And then the lights came on and she freaked out because she thought that she was
fucking Brad.
She was fucking Brad, the other guy. That's the half.
That is half.
It is half. So, yeah. He's pining after this woman.
Moron.
He is a complete moron.
Jesus.
And then he says, aside from the cheating, we were a great couple. And then we find out that he's talking to Caitlin again on the phone. Ugh. She's away at college currently. And then Dante says, like, well, clearly the arguments that I'm having with Veronica are obviously a manifestation of my desires to break up and pursue a more meaningful relationship. I hate Dante. How many times I have to say that? And even Randall points out this entire movie that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So
I wish I could roll my eyes audibly.
Yeah. Ugh. So then Randall basically is like, well, you should probably discuss you wanting to get back with Caitlin, with Veronica and Caitlin's fiance. And then it lays down the paper and there's an engagement announcement for Caitlin in the paper. So, and then we get like a bit of Randall at the video store, I guess, ordering movies. I don't know what he's doing. And the whole just joke is that he just keeps some woman's coming up for listing, I don't know, Scrappy's happy birthday day.
Happy Scrappy Hero Pup.
Happy Scrappy Hero Pup holding her like 3-year-old or 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And then Randall just starts listing a bunch of adult films.
Yeah, he's like, he's on the phone with the distributor putting in an order for new tapes. And he's like, well, I'll ask them at the end of this order.
And so he's just listing probably like 15 adult films. Very adult titles. Very adult titles. And then he's like, what was the name of the movie again that you wanted?
Yeah.
That's the whole bit.
So apparently he refused to read that list in front of that woman and her child. So he would just read it only if she wasn't standing there. So they had to shoot it with them two separately. But then when Kevin Smith went in to shoot it with her, he read them to her anyway to get her reaction. Oh my God.
That's so cute, though, that Jeff Anderson is like, I'm not reading this in front of a kid. Right. I'm not doing that. That's adorable. I love Jeff Anderson.
He is an angel.
He's an angel. Anyway, so this is 1994. So Dante calls the paper on the phone, on a payphone, to ask if there's a misprint in today's paper. And they're like, oh my God, there's a misprint. And he's like, there's an engagement. Is it a misprint?
Oh my God, he's so stupid.
And the whole time there's a guy waiting to check out while the Quick Stop cat is peeing in a box on the counter.
On the counter right in front of the guy.
And the old man is just watching it happen.
With no reaction.
And I just imagine getting hired being like, I'm going to need you to stand here until this cat pisses in this box. Okay. Okay. So then we go outside and Silent Bob's cousin is hanging out with Jay and Silent Bob.
Yes.
And he's a metal singer named Olaf medal.
So many of the things I quote from this movie are from this scene.
Yes.
There's before we even get to the metal singer, there's Jay going, "How fucking anything that moves?" And then two girls walk by and he says, "Sup, sluts."
Sluts. Oh my gosh. And then there's just a woman standing there talking to them. And Jay's obviously the only one talking because he's like, because she keeps saying like, oh, well, does he speak in German or Russian? I can't remember. German. And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he speaks English. I don't know. This dude's a character.
He says something to her and he goes, "That's fucked up, man." And she goes, "What did he say?" And he goes, "I don't know, but this dude's a character."
Yeah, because then they get him to Cirque. He's like, Olaf, sing Berserker. And it's literally one of the lines is, what? Making fuck.
Would you like some making fuck berserker?
And she's like, did he say making fuck? And that's the whole scene. That's it.
It's awesome.
It's a great movie. And then we go back inside, and Dante is helping a guy get his hand out of a can of Pringles. I can't get my hand in a Pringle can.
That's a Bo Burnham bit.
It is a Bo Burnham bit. Anyway, then Randall comes back to the quick stop to talk about Return of the Jedi and which is better, Empire or Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, you want to have that debate.
I kind of think that Empire probably is a better story.
It is.
Though I love an Ewok.
God, I hate an Ewok.
I love an Ewok.
Fuck Jedi.
One of the first times I went to Disney when I was really little, I got a little teeny tiny plushie of Wicket.
I bet you
He's
did.
literally like that big. How big is that? 4 inches?
6 inches, maybe.
6 inches? Yeah, he's teeny tiny. I was also a child, so.
That movie is directed at children, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's directed at selling toys, and I love it.
Yes, it is.
Freaking love it. But okay, so Dante is basically like, Empire is way better. And then Randall is like, well, I've been thinking about it. And the first Death Star was full of Imperials and bad guys, basically, like Imperials, council member, people like that. People who deserved to die because they were Imperials and they were siding with the Empire. And he was like, but the second one was still being built, which in a construction job of that magnitude would need independent contractors. And then he's just basically like, so you would have to take contractors from multiple different planets in different areas to build this system, especially quickly, to build the Death Star. So when the rebels attacked it and blew it up, it was just full of contractors, all innocent contractors. And then his argument is that if a government contract landed on their desk to help feed their kids in suburbia space, they would have to take it. And one of the customers is like, actually, I'm a roofer, and I will tell you that personal politics do come into consideration when taking jobs. And then he's like, basically, the guy's story is that he got an offer for a fast turnaround job that was worth a lot of money. And he went to the place, and it was owned by a mobster. So he was like, I'm not going to take this job. And he gave it to his friend. And he was like, then a week later, my friend got shot when the mob got attacked. So
you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. And he's not mad. He's like, well, I didn't die. That guy died.
He sent his friend to his death.
Yep.
This whole conversation is why Kevin Smith is famous.
Yeah. It's a good conversation.
Filming a movie, talking like you talk to your friends.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
Yeah.
It's like how, I'm not like a huge How I Met Your Mother fan, but one thing I do like about How I Met Your Mother is that they laugh at each other. Yep. And other shows, people make jokes and they just stand there.
Just a laugh track happens.
Yeah. And they don't like actually react to their friend saying something ridiculous.
Yeah, like Big Bang Theory.
Or like
Stupid
even Friends, show. Really. You know, like they just...
Friends is good though. Big Bang Theory is trash.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. So the next title card says Vagary. So on to that one. And we have a lady in the video store asking Randall's advice between two movies. And he is not looking up. He's literally sitting on the counter reading a newspaper because he's not engaged in this. And he's like, I'm not going to give you opinions about the movies you watch.
And Jason Mewes is doing slapstick in the background through the window.
Yeah, he is. Because they're standing right outside the window of the video store. So she's holding up two movies. And then she's like, well, you haven't heard which one of these is better. And he's like, nope.
I don't watch movies, lady.
I don't watch movies, lady. And then she like turns around and turns back with the exact same movies. And like, well, what about these ones? He's like, those suck. And she's like, these are the same movies. And he's like, she's like, you weren't paying attention. He was like, well, good job, but I don't appreciate your ruse.
I don't appreciate your ruse. My what?
And then he's like, you must feel really good to exploit the shortcomings of others.
Yeah.
And then he's just basically telling her that she's a dick for trying to make him look like an idiot. Not ever looking up.
Never.
And then she walks out and she's like, what did she say? Damn you or something like that?
Yeah.
And he's like, and he chases her out.
She says she'll never rent here again.
Yeah.
And then she leaves.
And then he's like, you're not allowed here anymore.
And Jay goes, yeah.
Yeah. So I love it. And then we get another, what's his name? Walt Flanagan?
Yes, that's his name.
Okay, another Walt Flanagan sighting.
Yeah.
Because there's just a guy sitting on the floor with all of the eggs around him, just like holding them up, rubbing them on his nipples, putting them in his mouth, spinning them on the floor, covering them with a napkin.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing here. And basically they're just watching him. And then Dante's like, I'm going to give him 5 more minutes and then I'm going to call the cops. Oh, and if like I didn't write it down, but Dante regularly through this movie says, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Oh, yeah.
So
like 5 times.
just picture freaking Dante saying that. And then you know the tone.
Whining. Yeah.
Whining like
Yeah.
always. And then a lady comes in and she's basically like, oh, he's probably a guidance counselor because this is just what they do when they break because their jobs are so meaningless.
Jesus.
And like all this stuff. And she's like, that's why I jerk off animals for artificial insemination because my job has meaning. And then they just look at her while she leaves.
Okay.
Yeah, great. How do you say that word?
Purgation.
Purgation.
That's the next title.
Purgation.
The titles really start to speed up.
They do. So we have Randal reading like a nudie mag and then like a 4-year-old at the counter and he just hands her a pack of cigarettes without ever looking up, takes her money, gives her change in cigarettes, and then she leaves.
Yeah.
And then we see her smoking one outside. Remember candy cigarettes? Did you ever get those?
Yes.
I did too.
Which kind?
Oh.
Kind of the little white sticks that you actually just eat, or the ones that look like cigarettes and had the smoke that come out the end?
See, I think I only ever got the ones that were just white sticks,
Yeah.
where if you blew on them, it would make a puff of smoke.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like the first time.
Yeah.
Which one did
about
you
it.
get? The better ones?
Both.
Oh, I don't think I ever got the better ones.
Those white ones that were just white chalk, they were good.
They're good, yeah. I feel like they could be probably used to. They seem right now to me like Rolaids.
They probably cause cancer, just like.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
cigarettes
everything
do.
we did as kids caused cancer, but
Yeah.
I do think it's hilarious that we grew up where it was like candy cigarettes, kids.
Yes.
Here you go. Okay.
What a time to be alive.
And then Randal comes back in, or Dante comes back in. Randal still never realized that this was a child. And then Randal asks, like, do you know how much jizz moppers make an hour? And then Dante's like, what the hell is a jizz mopper? And he's basically the guys who clean up for other guys who...
At nudie booths.
At nudie booths. And he's like, what the fuck is a nudie booth? And he's like, oh, you don't know what a nudie booth is? Is it... Okay, so is it like just a porn... Like, because he made it sound like there were actual women there on the other side of glass that you're in a booth jerking off to the women on the other side of the glass.
That's what it sounds like.
We never find out how much jizz moppers make, by the
We
way.
don't.
So I was curious. But this is another Walt Flanagan, because there's a customer who's standing there the whole time they're talking about jizz moppers and cum and all this stuff. Because like Randal says something like, well, you have to clean it off the glass really fast because you know jizz will streak. And then this guy's like, you guys are offensive and disgusting, and I am appalled at what you're talking about in front of customers.
Walt's got range.
Yeah, he does. And then Dante, of course, being Dante, is like, oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to offend you. I guess we got distracted. And it's like you couldn't see a person standing in front of you. And then Randal, it just shows that he's like, oh, you think that's offensive? And then he shows the guy the vagina in his magazine and says like a joke, because then the guy runs out crying.
Yeah.
He goes, "Aah," and then runs away. And then Randall's like, I think he could have seen her kidneys. It's like straight up there. Anyway, and then Dante's basically, then they have a conversation because Randall's like, I fucking hate customers. Like, don't come in here and complain to me. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then Dante's like, no, none of the customers annoy me.
Well, he says
It's
one
great.
of them does.
Well, he does. No, that's after Randal
Oh.
like gets it out of him. Okay. Yeah. Because he's just like, none of these people annoy you. And then Dante's finally like, well, the milkmaids annoy me.
That's Kevin Smith's mom.
That's Kevin Smith's mom, because he's like, the women who go through every carton of milk hoping to magically find one that lasts.
Well, that won't expire for decades.
Won't expire for decades. And then Dante still, every time there's a lull in conversation, he's like, I can't believe Caitlin's getting married.
Well, Randall, he asks which customers annoy him at the video store.
Yep.
And Randall's like, all of them.
All of them.
And then it cuts to them.
Yeah.
Isn't that where it shows the montage?
Yeah, it's where they show the montage of like, where are the new movies, with a girl standing in front of the new movie wall.
And he goes and asking for the most generic videotapes of all time, and it gets to that one guy going, ooh, Navy SEALs.
Ooh, Navy SEALs. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Working at a video store sounds like it would have probably been a lot of fun.
Well, there's a video game about that now. Well, should you play that and find out?
There's a video game about everything. I thought there's going to be a video game about like Park Ranger.
Of course.
Yeah. And
why not?
It's just like living in a day.
We should make one about jizz moppers.
Oh my God, we should though. Then we could see how much they make.
It could just be a mod to crime scene cleaner.
Oh. So Dante is still upset about Caitlin getting married while Randall's basically like, you're fucking stupid. And then Veronica comes in to bring him an entire lasagna for lunch.
Mm-hmm. Remember this.
Remember this. This is an amazing woman.
Yep.
And then Veronica's like, hi, Randall. And Randall just says 37. And then while Dante and Veronica are talking, Randall's just making slurping noises.
What a good friend.
He's a great friend. So Veronica and Dante kind of make up, and she says that she has classes until a certain time, and then she has a meeting with her sorority. And then so they want to go for coffee after he gets off work, which is way too late to go for coffee.
You think so? Man, going for
9
coffee
o'clock at night
in Red Bank, New Jersey? That place is beautiful.
Yeah, but you go for waffles.
I'd do either one with you.
I would not be able to sleep if I went for coffee this late at night.
Oh, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's bedtime.
Okay. I thought your problem was just going out at 9
No,
p.m.
not just going out. It's the coffee
The
specifically
caffeine.
that I'm like, yeah, that's a young man's game. Like, I can't do that. So anyway, and then she says something about like, why did you tell him? And Dante's like, I had to tell somebody. And Randall pointed out that you don't know any of these people, so it doesn't matter how many dicks she sucked.
Yeah.
Get over it. And then Dante's like, all right.
Yeah. I love that. He was like, well, I had to tell somebody, and he kind of centered me on it.
Yeah. Because Randall's a good friend.
Yep.
Keep that in mind.
One of these persons is a good friend.
One of these persons is an amazing friend. So the next heading is malaise. So
I don't know what that means.
The guy coming to replace Dante is in Vermont and is not coming into work today at all, and he won't be back until Tuesday. So Dante's officially stuck until closing.
The border of Vermont, by the way, is 3 hours and 45 minutes from Leonardo, New Jersey.
That's not that far.
I looked it up. How did he get that far?
He probably left that morning to go.
As soon as he got off the phone promising him he would be in that day.
Yeah. Man,
we
were in Vermont once. It's very beautiful.
Oh, it's
gorgeous.
It's a looker.
It is.
Especially in autumn when we went.
Yeah. Anywho, so Dante calls he has a hockey game at 2. I think I already said that.
You did.
So he calls his hockey buddies and he's like, I can't play today, and neither can Randall, which they should have already known Randall was working because Randall was already scheduled to work.
Yeah.
So you couldn't play today anyway because Randall is working. Well, to be fair, Randall would have just left his job.
Yep.
So that's probably where the 2 hours comes from.
Yeah.
So they come up with the idea to play hockey on the roof of the quick stop. So they're all getting ready. There's a joke.
Did somebody make fun of you about that, by the way?
You did.
And it wasn't me. That was somebody else. And you asked if you say it that way.
No. Okay. Well, Jacob's wife asked me how I say it because I think Jacob says it the same way. And then you laughed at me one time when I said it.
No,
recently.
Because of that conversation. It can be said either way.
Because I say roof.
Yeah. That's fine.
I know. Roof. But
Roof,
anyway.
Whatever.
So basically the whole shtick of this is that they're playing hockey on skates on a roof.
Either way.
And then a customer gets mad and then climbs up the ladder to yell at them about why the store is closed because he needs his cigarettes right now. And then, because the sign says we'll open again after first quarter.
This store's daily business must be 85% cigarettes.
It has to be. That's all
Nobody ever buys anything
That's
else.
all he ever does is this, and then they all because what you know that it is because when they're giving cigarettes, they never check the change. It's just automatic.
Yeah.
Like they just do it automatically. So, anyway, customer starts then insulting Dante's passing and like basically telling him he's shit and saying don't pass to that guy. He's a piece of shit and he can't play this game anyway. Just roasting him, which I personally loved.
Yeah.
And then he says he's going to go 1v1 versus Dante, which is not fair inherently because Dante is wearing skates and rollerblades and this guy's not.
Yeah.
So already
It's just running.
you're just running, which makes it easier for you to do this. It's
Yeah.
not fair.
It's fucking bullshit.
But the customer just immediately hits the ball off the roof on purpose and into
Yeah.
a drain.
Yeah.
And then
As hard
they're
as you
like,
can.
there's a whole conversation about how there's no other balls.
Yeah.
And it's just-
And then Dante leans down to ask Jay. He's like, are there any balls down there? And Jay's like, about the biggest pair you ever seen, Dingleberry.
So stupid. So the game's over. Game's over. And then Harbinger is the next title.
Yep.
And so back to work, Dante's installing a new light bulb, and this old guy is like standing at the bottom of the ladder telling him how fluorescent lights like have stuff inside them that causes cancer or something, yada, yada, yada. And then he asks to use the bathroom. The bathroom's for employees only, but the guy's like, oh, I've got
Incontinence.
dysentery. Oh, yeah, incontinence. And so Dante's like, fine, use the bathroom. It's back there. And then the guy leaves and then comes back and is like, what kind of toilet paper you
There's
got back
like
there?
10 seconds of
It's a while.
This camera just stays on Dante.
And the guy comes back. He's like, what kind of toilet paper you got back there? And is it hard? Is it rough? And Dante's like, yeah, I mean,
pretty
yeah,
rough.
it's kind of rough. And he's like, well, then let me grab an entire thing of toilet paper to take back there. And then Dante's just like, okay, fine.
Whatever.
Like, whatever. Go do it. And then the guy comes back another time and is like, I
Another
also
10
need
seconds.
something to read back there. And then Dante's just like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, that porno mag, the one with the big titties. And Dante's just like, you need to go away. Fine, but go away for forever.
He doesn't like the first porno Maggie hands him either.
Nope. And he says, no,
It's
I
like, no,
love
the ones behind it with the bigger titties.
the bigger titties in that one. So then we find out that someone named Julie Dwyer died. She was mid backstroke and she's number 6 of the boning Dante thing. So her life wasn't going well.
6 might have been a
Anyway.
long time ago.
I mean, but he's only
He is
22.
he says. Yeah.
I mean, it had to have been, I guess, since like hopefully 16 or 17 to 22. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Average of 2 a year.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Sure.
But poor girl. What a life. So Dante's basically like, well, I need to leave right now and go to the wake because first off,
Because this girl who died yesterday's wake is today.
her wake is today, and then she's getting buried tomorrow, period.
Yes.
And so Dante's like, well, I need to go because I boned her, so I need to go say goodbye. And then Randall's like, well, I want to go too, so I'm not covering for you. And then Dante's like, why do you want to go? And he's like, I don't want to miss the social event of the season.
He's like, you hate people, but I love gatherings.
But I love gatherings. Ironic. Isn't that fun? Because he's basically like, all of our friends from high school are going to be there. I'm going to go. And so they go to they close the store for the second time. Well, I argue the third time.
Yeah.
The third time to go to the wake, which is when we're here that they're only 22 years old. So
Yeah. On the car ride.
and then there's like a conversation in the car about they're talking about how embarrassing backstroke death would be.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it's that embarrassing,
either.
but like Randall says that he has a cousin who died of a broken neck trying to suck his own dick. He made it
course he
though.
does.
So his mom had to walk in and find his lips against his balls.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yep.
But he made it. So there's that. And then Dante's like, oh my God, who would do that? And then Randall's like, I mean, don't act like you're better than all of us. We all try that sort of thing. And then Dante's eventually like, I could never reach it. And then Randall's like, you tried it? Fucking pervert. Which makes me just love Randall so much.
Apparently, the balls resting on his lips line I heard was he almost forgot to say it. And so there's like a good pause before he says it. And then he throws it in like 5 or 10 seconds later. And they were like, well, it's funnier that way.
It's funnier.
Just left it in.
I just left it. Yeah. I just loved it when he called him a fucking pervert.
Me
Like,
too.
you tried that? Ew. Gross. So we make it to the wake. And then it comes up and says 5 minutes later, they're screaming inside and the boys are running back out. And we just find out that I mean, like Randal accidentally knocked over the casket because he was just doing a little lean on it. And he was like, it's not like it hurt her. She's like, it's not like she can break anything. They're just going to pick her up and put her back in. It's not a big deal.
You're right. I love this guy.
I love him a lot.
And then we have a new title.
How do you say that?
And we realized that Kevin Smith's just fucking making up words.
He's just making up words.
Perspicacity.
Perspicacity. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I looked it up and I already don't know. I still don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
It said it was like a keen awareness or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know. So we get back and I don't even. Oh, they're basically Dante is arguing with Randal, and then Randal. Jay interjects something and says something, and then Randal says, "Shut up, you like." I don't know, dealer or something like that. You junkie is what he says. Yeah. So then Jay like leaps into the scene to try and fight Randal for a second, not trying really at all. And then Randal just walks away and ignores Jay completely. And then Dante's like, Jay, you have to stop dealing in front of the store. And Jay's like, I don't deal. And then a guy comes up.
Walks
It's like, what are you holding? And Jay's like, what do you need? Immediately in front of Dante, which cracks me up. And then Randal comes back because he wants to borrow the car from Dante so he can go rent a movie at the Better video store. And then Dante's just like, why? You already work at a video store. And he's like, yeah, but it's shit. And the movie I want's not there, so I need to go. And then Dante's trying to be Dante, and he's just like, can I be blunt? And then he's like, starts to tell Randal that we have certain responsibilities of employees of these businesses, and we have to stay from open until close, despite you electing to not be present at your job 3 times so far. Like, shut up. Shut up. And
what
so
a chud.
While he's like lecturing Randal on Randal's responsibilities as a 22-year-old, like honestly, there's a guy reading the tabloids to them at the thing. And trying to get them to engage while they're talking to each other. So then Randal just spits water on this guy.
In his face.
Oh
my God.
And then Dante's like, oh my, he was aiming at me. I'm so sorry. And then the guy's like, well, he missed. And then like leaves and says something about he's never coming back. And Randal's like, well, clearly you're wrong because I'm not held to acting as an employee all the time because I wouldn't have been able to spit water on that guy if I was.
What a psychopath.
I love him so because he was just like, please stop talking to me. I'm done with that. So the next title is Paradigm. So there's a guy who comes in who's just talking about how weak Dante is because Dante like groaned or something when he picked up a gallon of milk. And the guy's like, oh, dude, you need to go to the gym. And Dante's like, no, I sighed. No, you didn't, you little weak bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
You were out. You were gassed. You're gassed. We all know it. So the guy's like just talking about like how Dante's weak and has no like muscle tone. And Dante's like, I have no fat. And he's like, yeah, but you have no muscle either. So you can't do nothing. And then
what a dick.
Like talks about how he's a trainer and Dante should come in for free weights. And then a woman walks in who is someone's kid sister. I get what they're doing because it's supposed to feel it's their life. I don't know these people. Yeah. So it's someone who knows someone's kid sister. Yeah. So and then another guy comes into the Wawa. Wait, why did I say Wawa?
I don't know.
I gotta cut that.
You don't have to cut that. That's the name of a convenience store in New Jersey.
Oh, it was supposed to say was. So another guy comes in and asks if Dante was working all day. And then Dante's like, yeah. And he's like, around 4. And Dante was like, yeah, I was here at 4. And then while that guy's like over to the side, the gym guy reveals, basically he finds out, he's like, oh, you're Dante? Because the kid sister knows who both of them are. And then the kid sister tells Dante that this guy, Caitlin, talked about this guy all the time while she was dating Dante. And Jim guy's like, oh yeah, Caitlin and I used to cheat on you all the time in high school. So fun.
My God, does that make it 9.5? Or was that one of the 8?
It was one of the 8, I assume. So then Dante gets a fine for $500 for selling cigarettes to minors, which I didn't even look up what the conversion rate is on that, but I'm guessing like a million. Yeah. So, because basically a mother complained because a Quick Stop employee sold a pack of cigarettes to her 4-year-old daughter, and Dante just claimed to have been there all day long. So it's Dante's problem. Yeah. So Then Caitlin comes into the store, but we don't get to see what happens for that for a second. Because then we get to see Randal walking around the Better Video store in absolute heaven at their selection. And he's just happy.
Yeah.
I love seeing it. I could watch a movie of just Randal living his life.
Okay.
Anyway, and so then we go back to Caitlin, and she's basically like, oh, yeah, I'm home. It took me 8 hours to get home. I'm leaving on Monday to go back to school, blah, 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 blah. Jay and Silent Bob start dancing to music outside. I mean, Jay dances to music. Bob just kind of stands there for the most part. Dante closes the store for what I argue is the fourth time to take Caitlin to the video store to talk about her engagement announcement, where basically she didn't tell Dante that she had a boyfriend because when she was talking to Dante, she wasn't thinking about her boyfriend.
She forgot she had a boyfriend is what she said.
Yeah, she forgot she had one. And then she calls him a baby, basically, which I agree. Because she's like, if you had known I had a boyfriend, you would have stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
I hate both of these people, to be completely honest.
Yes.
So then she says that when she heard that her mom released the engagement announcement, she took a train to come calm Dante down because she knew he would be freaking out.
Yeah.
Dante is not worth walking across a parking spot for. No, hell no.
Ohio.
No way. So she basically says that her fiance proposed. She told him that she needed to think about it, and he insisted on her wearing the ring while she thinks about it. And that her mother made the announcement in the paper, but she's going to give him the ring back. And then, so Dante's like, oh, so I'm the reason you're calling off your marriage? I hate him.
Yeah. I hate him
Honestly, though, he's more attractive, at least. And no offense, Brian O'Halloran, but more attractive in this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can see it more, I guess. Other than he's got nothing going on for him. But I guess neither does Randal, and I'm super attracted to Randal.
Well, it's in a whole different attitude.
I know.
Yeah, and the way you carry yourself.
It is. I like that Randal just knows that his life isn't shit, and he's just living it how he wants.
Yeah.
And Dante's like, I have to be so serious all the time. I hate him.
I guess Dante has goalposts that he's always moving, and Randal just gave up on shooting for them, and he's much happier.
Yeah, I think that Dante never has hit any of the goalposts, though.
No.
He never moves. He just decides that he wants to.
They aren't moving.
He gets mad that that stationary object isn't getting closer to him while he's standing still.
Nice.
Like, that's all he wants.
Yeah.
He's just in parallel line to his goals his entire fucking life.
Yeah.
I hate him. Anyway, so then he wants to date Caitlin again. And Caitlin's like, well, that's really stupid, but all right. And so he wants to take her out for a movie and a dinner and a movie. And then she's like, well, why don't we just do my kind of date, which is going to the boardwalk and then fucking each other.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah, let's not do that. What the hell? So they agree to go out that night. So she's going to go home and break the disengagement news to her mom. And then she's going to meet him after the store closes. So Dante tells Randal about the fine, but he's super calm. And then Randal basically is like, why aren't you yelling at me? And then Dante's like, oh, because I'm happy. And then tells him all the Caitlin news. And Randal's basically like, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're really stupid.
Yes.
But okay. And then Caitlin comes back. Dante's now left to go change for the date, which I think he's definitely just forgetting that Veronica is supposed to meet him here also after work.
Yeah.
Okay. So Caitlin comes back and talks to Randal, who's rented a pornography from the other store.
Of course.
Yeah. So he's just watching it in the store.
Worlds.
Yeah. And so he basically asks her, like, there's some going back and forth, but he asks her, like, why do you think you can hold this down this time? Like, why do you think this time's going to work? And she's like, oh, because I think that it's just time for me to grow up and give him another chance, basically. And then she's like, can I use her bathroom? And then Randal's like, yeah, you can, but
she says, God, isn't he great? And Randal goes, no.
He's not. So, and then Randal's like, you can go back there, but there's no lights back there after 5:15. No one knows why, and the owner doesn't want to figure it out. So something goes wrong back there, and no one wants to figure it out. So the next title is Quandary. So Dante comes back, and Randal's like, by the way, Caitlin's here, but she's been in the bathroom for like a really long time, so you should probably go check on her. And then Dante doesn't even have time to react before Caitlin comes back out. And then she asks how Dante got back out front so fast. And he's like, what are you talking about? I just got back here.
It took me an hour to get back here.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, it was so great, the sex we just had, because you laid perfectly still and let me do everything. You didn't, like, she's telling Randal, she's like, he didn't say a word. He was just ready. We didn't talk or kiss or anything. And then Dante's just like, oh my God, that wasn't me. And she's like, that's not fucking funny, because it's not funny. And then Randall's like, who's back there? Or like, because at first Dante's like, was it you, Randal? And Randall's like, no, I was up here the whole time. And then he's like, who's back there? And they're like, I have no idea. And she's like, so we didn't just have sex in the bathroom? And then and then this part does make me laugh, because Dante tells Randal, he's like, you need to call the police because there's a stranger in the bathroom and he just raped Caitlin. And then Randal is just like, she said she did everything.
Yeah, she is. No, she said she did all
and
the
then
work.
he's like, call the police. And then we find out that it's the old guy from earlier who died, and he's fucking dead in the bathroom.
Jesus.
So the coroners wheel him with his erect penis, and they say that he died at 3:20, and they're shocked that no one found him or knew he had died in there, because the coroner says basically what I think happened is he had his nudie mag. Well, how did he get it is what she asked Dante, and Dante's like, oh, I gave it to him. And she's like, what kind of convenience store are you running here? So he says that he gave him to her. She says, so I think he was jerking off and then he died. And an erection can stay for several hours after you die. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but this is what happened in this scene. So anyway, and then Randal says something about like, well, it must be like the worst thing you've ever walked in on. And then she says, no, one time I had to go pick up a kid who sucked his own dick and broke his neck. And then Randal looks sad for just a second. I love it. It's cracking me up. So the next one is Lamentations.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we just get Randal doing his little salsa shark, which is adorable.
Yeah.
End of scene. Anyway.
Pretty much.
This is Dante going into his full Dante meltdown, because clearly Caitlin is traumatized and was taken away by ambulance because she realized that she just had sex with a dead guy. Yeah. Complete traumatized. She's like, what do they call her? Comatose or whatever? Catatonic, yeah. So Dante's just being stupid and talking about like, why is my life like that? And then basically I liked Randal better in this one, because I think Randal was way more confrontational about Dante and Dante's dumb choices in this one. Because Randal's basically like, you need to shit or get off the pot. You never take responsibility for your situation. Just quit. There are other jobs out there. You don't like this job, just quit. You don't like Veronica, break up with her. You just wait around and pussyfoot around the whole time and then complain about how your life isn't the way you want it to be.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, I love Randal.
You're living vicariously through him.
Yeah. Because he's like, there are jobs out there that pay more money and you can probably get one of those. So go do it. And then he's basically like, you've been bitching all day. Oh, because there's another part earlier that I didn't even get to say, because they only got to play like 10 minutes of hockey, right?
Yeah.
And Dante was complaining about it. And Randal was like, yeah, but we got to play hockey. So who cares?
Yeah.
And then, because Dante's like, but we didn't get to play a whole game. And Randall's like, but we got to play. I don't.
Bitch, he says.
Bitch, but we got to play. Because then he's like, you've been bitching all day. It's the same thing with Veronica. Don't pine for one and fuck the other. You're a coward.
Hell yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
Ooh,
Smash.
This motherfucker's spitting.
Smash. So, and then Dante still doesn't get it at all. And he's just like, things happened today that ruined my chances with Caitlin because she fucked a dead body. And he's like, things aren't going to change. Like Dante or Randal says something about like, things aren't going to change. You have to make them change. And then Dante says, I don't have the ability to make changes. It's so stupid. And then he basically said that his mom told him that when he was a child, the toilet lid was shut, and instead of lifting it, he shit his pants.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm not the type of person who can lift a lid and shit comfortably. So yeah, as a small child, Dante was still a little weirdo.
Of course.
And he's like, so clearly I can't make any changes in my life because I shit my pants when I was a child.
Yep.
And you never thought maybe I should lift the lid. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect analogy for learning your lesson at the age of 3. But okay. So now, and then I think Randall says like cute story or something like that. And then so the next title card is juxtaposition. So Jay and Silent Bob are leaving for the day and are coming in to like say goodbye to Dante, I guess. I don't know.
And he comes in going, smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers.
And then he basically invites Dante to come hang out with them because now they're going to go down to Atlantic City and get pussy and hang out and stuff. And then they ask about the dead guy. And then Dante's like, yeah, he was just a customer who died. And then Jay's like, I heard he had a boner. And then Jay says something about Caitlin is nice, but Veronica brings you food and changed a tire for you. And then Dante says, she didn't change the tire. I jacked it up. She just undid it and put the new one on and then put the new lug nuts back on. And then Jay said something about like, my grandma used to say, what's a plate with good knot on it or something like that? And then he says, no, like what's a good plate with nothing on it?
I guarantee you he actually fucked up that line.
Yeah. And then Dante says, what does that mean? He goes, I don't fucking know. She had dementia.
This might be one of my favorite movies only because of Jay.
I think that Jay is best, and I'm not trying to say anything, but I think Jay is best in this capacity or in Clerks 2, where it's more just like,
come in and to say funny shit.
Come in, say funny shit, leave.
Yeah,
like
because I doubt we're ever going to cover it on this show. So Jay and Silent Bob reboot is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I hated it. Yeah. I mean, like I'm not trying to say anything, but I hate it. Yeah. Well, I mean, like when I was a kid, I really liked Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but that
movie's good though. I think
that movie is good.
I remember.
Thought. Well, I don't know if it still is.
I don't remember.
But I also watched it on like Comedy Central, so it was super like highly edited. Yeah. You remember like I used to tell you
when you find a stranger in the Alps.
Oh right, because mine was like Breakfast Club. So I used to watch Breakfast Club all the time on DirecTV back in the day, like on some channel E or something. And so he would always say, "Eat my shorts," and I would always be like, "I need the DVD so I can figure out what they edited out because I can't figure out what he's saying."
He wouldn't say that.
And then I got the DVD and was watching it with Jacob, and I was like, "He legit says, 'Eat my shorts.'"
Yeah.
What?
You like that movie. I don't know what to tell you.
I do like that movie. But why did he say that? I don't know. So basically, Jay's like, you've got a good woman there, so I'm going to leave. And then Bob says his like line of the movie, and he's basically like, there are a million fine women in this world, but most of them don't bring you a lasagna to work. They just cheat on you.
Yeah.
So
apparently that was supposed to be Jason Mewes' line, and he fucked it up so many times that Kevin Smith was like, just don't say that part. I'll do it. Because there is a really cute part where Jay clearly forgot his line for a second. Because there's he
like
hesitates.
He hesitates, and it's really cute though. Because I mean, they're so little, they're young, but. Obviously now Dante's like, oh, maybe Veronica isn't so bad. And then we cut to Randal breaking up with Veronica for Dante, basically telling Veronica that Dante wants to fuck Caitlin and that he's been talking to Caitlin for the last month on the phone. And then Veronica's just like, why does he feel like that? And then I think Dante or Randal says something about like, well, I think it's the homosexual thing, but he hasn't said that to me. Just saying. And then the next clip we get is Veronica beating the shit out of Dante while he's on the ground.
Hell yeah.
So, because she's basically just yelling. Like, I didn't write down everything she says, but she's like, I've been doing nothing but trying to improve your situation and help you figure out how to get yourself out of your shitty life that you say you hate. And instead of letting me love you, you've been talking to your ex-girlfriend behind my back. And he's just like, well, no, it's fine. I'm not going to do it anymore. And she's like, no, I'm fucking done with you. Like, I'm done. And she's like, when she dumps you again, and she will dump you again, then you're going to realize what you threw away for her.
I know, I'm going to be there to watch.
Yeah, I like her. Because she also says something about like, and you think 37 dicks is a lot of dicks? Oh, my God. All Jesus. Right. So the next one is catharsis. So it's Randal locking up the video store and going to the quick stop to help, I'm guessing, Dante lock up. And then Dante jumps him. And not really. Honestly, Randal could beat the shit out of Dante. Yeah. There's that Jim Bro's right. No offense. He's right.
Yeah.
Like Randal,
Weak little boy.
Randal can take care of himself, I think. So
Probably.
they're just fighting each other, and Randall's basically just trying to get away from him by pulling himself away on the ground.
Yeah.
And then after the fight, they're just like surrounded in Snickers and like Hostess donuts, which I'm like, oh, dreams. Doesn't that sound lovely?
Yeah.
And so Dante's like,
makes you sound big back.
I know it does. But that's just like heaven. Okay. So, and then they're basically just like, Randall's like, how's your eye? And then Dante's like, how's your neck? And Randall's like, you didn't have to choke me. Okay. And then Dante's like, why did you tell Veronica? And Randall's like, I thought I was doing you a favor because you said you can't initiate change.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I agree with him.
So then Dante's still just complaining, and then like he says something. He just said that, like, I'm not even supposed to be here today. And Randall's like, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
basically.
fuck you.
Oh, fuck you. Because he
Throws
says
the
something
hostess
about
at
like,
him.
oh, and then Dante says something like, I think you're only here. You only come to work to make my life miserable.
Everything's always Randall's fault.
That's when he says, fuck you. And he's like, basically he says like, oh, it's like a whole speech about how you're always trying to pass the buck. Who's the one who closed the store to play hockey? Who's the one who closed the store to go to the wake? You're talking to your ex-girlfriend without talking to your like present one. You're dating two people. And then he's like, man, fuck you. And I'm just like, oh my God, please break up with him.
Yeah.
Please break up with him.
He won't.
Anyway, so they make up though, because they're best friends. So the last one is called Denouncement. And so
Denouement.
Huh?
Denouement.
Denouement?
Yeah.
Why did it say denouncement?
Like the final closing act of a movie, of the plot. Yeah.
Never heard that before. Denouement. Timothée Chalamet. So the boys are finished cleaning up, and then they agree to go get something to eat tomorrow when Randall gets off, because Dante says that he's going to call in. So they're all made up. Then that's literally the end of the movie.
That's the end.
But I do think we need to cover the alternate ending, which makes
I'm
this
so glad that he cut
extremely
that
dark.
out. Apparently, Miramax was famous at the time for editing movies for filmmakers without telling them.
Yeah.
But they liked this movie so much that they told him, you don't have to cut out that alternate ending, but it's way better without it.
Yeah.
And he agreed, and he did it. So
It
go
is way
ahead.
better. So the alternate ending is Randall or Dante finishing his day at the Quick Stop, and one last customer comes in and robs him and shoots Dante, and Dante dies.
What the fuck?
That is how the movie ends. And
Why would
and then
you
his
end it like
last
that?
line is, I wasn't supposed to be here today.
That's not true.
Not really, but it's really dark. Like
It's
he
so
just
dark.
gets killed at work.
Yeah.
It's awful.
And then we would have never received Clerks 2.
I know. Well, maybe it would have been better because maybe it would have just been Randall. But no, and you need Dante because I don't know. I feel like I need fury in with things that I like. But
Man, it dragged a bit in the middle for me this time. I guess after watching Clerks 2 first. Mm-hmm. But I still like it.
I still like it too. I think it's great.
I hate the main character.
I don't hate Dante as much. It's not until Caitlin shows up again where I really do not like Dante.
Yeah.
Because he kept like throwing in Randall's face, like, you're a shitty employee because you're never at the video store. And it's like, you closed 4 times today. 4 times.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And you know that. Oh, and there's also an ongoing joke about smelling shoe polish the entire time that I didn't mention.
Well, because it's mildly funny at best.
But I still like it. I think that for a directorial and writing debut, it's a fantastic film.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
well written. I think that it's
why he's
decently
famous.
acted.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I honestly, like, I think that getting a Kevin Smith script seems to me like it would be super intimidating because of how much you basically get a monologue.
Every scene,
Back and forth monologues.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot.
It would be a lot. And for having no experience in acting whatsoever, they did
a great job.
Yeah. With that caveat. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
It's still a great movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I like it. I think it's fantastic. It made me laugh. I think that I can excuse Dante being stupid when Dante is 22 years old and stupid.
Right. It's a little harder.
It's a little harder when you're 34
yeah.
and stupid.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's already complaining about how much he hates his life and he hates working at the Quick Stop.
Yeah. I don't think I would recommend watching Clerks 2 and then Clerks 1 because it makes Clerks 1 a little...
I think that's how I did it. I'm pretty sure.
It makes it a little lesser for me.
Well, I would give it a couple weeks, maybe, rather than just 1 week apart between watching.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's a good movie. I think that I think everyone did a great job, honestly.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Now, how the fuck do we get out of Clerks?
It's going to take a couple seconds.
We literally have to do another... These people aren't actors. We have to do another View Askewniverse.
Our options are literally Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, and Jason Mewes to get anywhere.
Because we used Kevin Smith to get here, so we can't do
Kevin Smith.
Daredevil
or Die Hard. Yeah. So I think, though I would like to talk about Clerks 3, which you could still pick, to be fair. But, I mean, I love Randal. I do not like Clerks 3.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not watch it and just keep my memories the way that they are about how I don't like it.
Right.
So I'll say Jason Mewes.
You're going to pick Jason Mewes?
You get more options with Jason Mewes.
I could pick anything.
No, not anything.
I could pick Scream 2.
What? Is he in that?
Yeah, they have a cameo for a second, both of them.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you could pick anything. I mean, you got the reboots. You got a lot of stuff.
Jason Mewes. Okay.
Smoking weed.
I can pick any Kevin Smith movie, really.
Yes. Tusk. No, he's not in that, is he?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I don't know.
They insert themselves into everything.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just watch the movie that came out right after this?
What?
1995 was Mallrats.
Mallrats.
I want to see
That
how much he
kid
improved.
is on the escalator again.
Now that you say that, yeah, it's Mallrats.
Mallrats. Okay, I love Mallrats.
Me too. I think. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, is he Banky in that? Jason Lee.
Jason Lee's making in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Mallrats.
Plus, we spent our Jason Lee movie not getting much Jason Lee, so now he'll be a main character.
He will be, and he'll complain and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's fun. All right, so that's a wrap for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us. If you like the show, leave a review, follow the chain, and join us next week as we link from Clerks to Mallrats. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for listening. Chain Link Theater will return in Mallrats.